Thank you very much, Jeremy. Thanks for all of you for being here. And if you are just joining us, this is the Rainier Valley Lit Crawl, the first stop of 4 here at the beautiful Union Bar. We've got 2 more readers at this bar, and the next one up is Chris Crew. Chris, are you here? All right, there he is. Chris teaches 8th grade humanities in Kent and meets his son on the other side of Columbia City's puddles. His poetry can be found in the Monroe Review, the Sycamore Review, and Natural Bridge, and on the back of select grocery lists. Everybody welcome up Chris.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Greg and Raanan and Jeanne for putting this together, and thank you for having me. There are all these poems that I often wish that I'd written, but it turns out that when you're like waiting for your turn and you're listening to poems that other people have just read, those are the poems that you wish you wrote. Awesome, thank you. This first poem is called Family Reunion. The Crew family is famous for like falling asleep, like every family reunion, like you just find them littered around the couches everywhere, we're always asleep. Some of this poem takes place while I was falling asleep, having stopped taking pictures of all of them. Family reunion. Sister, cousin, father wade into Lake Huron. Less lake than glass surface unspoken. Rocks settle underfoot, and the slight swell is either nod to wind or fact of boats always passing beyond sight. Industry can't be folded into a crane, not even 1,000, though carcinogens wink along in the wake like tiny birds. Algae beads its chain, green and stem, little use for lightless words. One swallow skims the mirror. I apologize for the birds in poems, but my mom swears there were 2. Blue mother of cello bow topside, orange shifting heart as if it stood at the counter and asked to be pawned just to see its own work. So the applause, rain, pushes on into morning. I know road is washing beneath the steps leading down to the lake. I know these are the people who will move silent around me for hours as I sleep. Listen to water California can't spare. Their search for my mother's glasses, tethered by the short cord of the lamp in hand. The golden circle of their care reflects on the fittings of the fan, valuable. The rain molds into the cabin, its A-frame, its message dull as Grandpa's knife, once a saw blade, now good only for memory. We have made it to the poem about my son, who has made it without screaming or throwing too much stuff. So far, yeah. You are only slightly more excited about that than I am. New iPad, new son. There is joy just to touch, one gorilla glassed edge of the black box. That is the many gyroscopic atoms that smoke and fire the sunrise. 2 chimneys for one warm house. 2 tucked one in front of the other. The ice storming of each broken cuticle of grass was fractal fine on your dad's fingers ghosting the railing, should he slip on this mica-flecked world and spill your wide mouth into it. This universe, its silky interface, what changes with swipe and tap and sunrise reveals rhyme, the mortar between bricks. The foundry tag stitched into your new old sweater, handmade with love by Naomi Crew. Great-grandmother you'll never meet, keeps you warm. This dream she knit your father, knowing already most rules and secrets, dreaming of you and the sunrise you sleep through while your father sits on the window seat, palm up against the pane of the world, watching the warmth of his fingers leave traces that will be read first, remarkably, in our media. The warmth, or is it rather the electromagnetic field of him and the electromagnetic field of you? sleeping through the silhouette of the rowan tree in the next room, by which he also means his grandmother, by which he also means the grand mystery that is this iPad, how to cast on peach skin clouds champagning this corner of windows and cold. And the crow that flies through it, that too. All right. Sometimes poems get revised with more science knowledge than you originally had. So this title comes from the more science knowledge than I originally had. It's called After the Asteroid's Extinction Event and Resulting Ice Ages. It's a true story, I'm told. They stare back silently, their parents' carnival games, colorful stories drizzled into centrifuge. Fog hugs the ground, and 8th graders, starved of touch, dilate their pores to silhouettes. The clothespins sag the clothesline, admit their heavier halves. Rachel eats starchy lunches for her exotic invasive, individuating cell by cell, fingers and genitals. We are crazy mammals, to carry young to term, guarding with floating ribs leached of calcium. 3rd cervical vertebra that sheathes each breath, inexact, optimal. The coyote pups bounce as mom freezes and disappears. She does not think to loose the cormorant egg as she ranges back, her sandied young gnawing each other's legs. She crushes the egg gently. The children eat it up. The children. I forgot how dark that was going to end. Sorry. Sorry, children. All right. I have one more poem for you about a dog. How bad could this be?
Is he dying?
Well, not in this poem.
Not in this poem. Okay.
Crossing Rainier.
Yeah. No. To be retitled, Crossing Rainier. This is called. This is called Beagle. My sister's ancient dog can't take the heat. The hands moraine behind his ears' soft skin. He's pressed his head up in between the seats. His trust is pure, his owner's worries bore him. Arthritis lags the footwell, still alive. All bones must break for light, are not quite lost. He's inches from the axle's idle drive. He presses into me on turns. What cost his acupuncture, swim class? We're so close here, brainless space. His stare drowns lakes. He takes each pill, no clue the fatal dose. Both human now. Long lost the parking brake. Flesh gives more than we expect, holds all we ask, repeating, we're almost home.